I'm doing this really impromptu. As you can see, I'm currently actually treating my under eyes. And I just got done talking to like the third person in my life who is asking me about some skincare products that I have talked about in past videos. Dermatology is having a sale, and so multiple people have been reaching out and asking me what products they should buy or what I would recommend because they're interested in taking advantage of the sale. And so I am not, I don't even believe, maybe I do have a, what is this called? An affiliate link? I don't even know. Who knows? But I mean, if it was possible, I probably did it, but neither here nor there. I wanted to come on. I've now given kind of like what I recommend just based on my experience and my interest. I'm a 46-year-old woman. I've talked about my skin in the past, but it is predominantly dry, and I contend with like sun damage and dryness because I'm in the desert. And then just trying to like maintain it and keep it healthy. So I just want to go through what I just told my girlfriend. I've also told this to my sister-in-law. I've also told it to another friends. So I have been a huge lover of the needleless serum that Dermatology has sold for a long, long time. I've loved this, and I think I talked about it in my video about all the skincare products that I love using as a 45-year-old woman. It's in my videos. But they just came out with this new needleless growth factor serum, and I am super excited about it because I just love all of the ingredients that were in here and then adding more to it. It did change the consistency of it, but for me, that didn't create any kind of problems. So for those that I have been giving recommendations to, I suggested to buy this one if they don't have any issue with like more of a gooey consistency, as opposed to the eyedropper version, which is more of like a watery consistency. Especially here in Las Vegas, right now it's roughly like 70 degrees outside. It is November 8th. I'm not going to waste any of this, but so because of that, I was saying, maybe in the summertime, if we just don't, if you have a preference to having texture on your skin, or like feeling like your products are really lightweight because it's so hot here in Las Vegas, it gets to be like 110 degrees in the summertime, then maybe I would say the needleless serum would be good for like the summertime. But for right now, oh boy, hello, my phone's falling over. Why did that just happen? Anyway, sorry, apologies, y'all. If you are in, all right, well, that's just not going to work. So we're just going to have to put it here for now. Okay, so very impromptu video. But so yes, if you are looking around at the Dermatology sale and you're interested, I would very much recommend buying this needleless growth factor. That is kind of the consistency. And it has all of the needleless ingredients, and then it also has growth factors, which are phenomenal. So this was like the number one that I told her, if you're only going to buy 2 products, like basically scaling up. The other product I told her that I really, really like is the Dermatology tinted physical sunscreen. So if you've seen my videos before, I get a facial every month. I just got the facial yesterday. I got a Clear and Brilliant. So you can see the change in my skin where it's really still bright red. It's been less than 24 hours. And you can also find that video. It's like the 141 facials. I've been a member of a facial program where I get a facial every month for like over a decade. I started going them in 2012. So, 13 years. And so there is the sunscreen that I wear on like days where I'm running the errands and I'm just like, getting groceries and doing stuff like that, like my days off. But this is not the sunscreen that I use on my day-to-day because it does slightly oxidize just a little bit around my hairline. The tint works really well for my very pale, like no sun skin tone. So see, it blends in really nicely with my skin tone, but there is just a little bit of an orangey tint, and I usually see it kind of by the end of the day, it's kind of like oxidizing around here. So for me, I don't care about that on the days that I'm running errands, but I don't like using this for work because I want to be not oxidized at work. So I use the Neova Silk Sheer 2.0 sunscreen, and I also talked about the fact that that has DNA repair enzymes in my video. So today's dermatology, we're not going to talk about that. Now, one thing that I did notice is that I think there's a new sunscreen from Dermatology, because this reads Matte Universal Tinted Moisturizer, and it's an SPF 46. This one is the Physical Tinted Moisturizer SPF 44. So I don't know if they changed the product or if they just brought out two products, but I bought this one. So this one I just stocked up before they did they're doing the November sales right now, but I just stocked up at the end of the summer because, as I explained, I don't like buying products and having them shipped here to Las Vegas when we were in the heat of the summertime, because I just don't think 120-degree heat is good for all these products. So I am intentional about kind of stocking up before the summer, and then as the months cool down, I have to stock up again. So that's why I have all of this stuff. But yes, so the two I would recommend, if you are just based on my experience and if you share my interests, those are absolute musts. But then everything else is like dependent if it's something that you care about. So as I was explaining to my girlfriend Alexis, so these are the brightening eye masks, and I like these. They don't shift around, and they have like a little bit of caffeine, and I often have like bags under my eyes. I don't get a lot of sleep, and so I like the ingredients in them. If you like eye masks and you like that kind of self-care activity, I love these. I just restocked with them. The other thing that I use quite frequently is the exfoliating of Dermatology. So as I was explaining in this conversation just about an hour ago, I follow a practice of exfoliation. I try to do it fairly regular, but then I also want to be mindful because I'm getting facials every month at the med spa, and like yesterday it was a Clear and Brilliant laser. It is really pretty substantial as far as like impacting my skin. So in the week leading up to that, if I did use any kind of enzyme exfoliator, I use the pumpkin enzyme mask. If you're familiar with like the Biore masks that we had in like, I don't know, the 2000s, where it was like a creamy substance, I think it had like microbeads in it, and then you put it on your face, and then when you got it wet, it kind of had like a warming action. That is what this pumpkin enzyme mask does. And what I like about it is that it's a really, really gentle fruit acid exfoliation. So it's just a nice like all around, but especially in the week leading up to a Clear and Brilliant facial, I don't want to do anything that is like super abrasive or kind of affecting to my skin, because I stop using my Retin-A. I stop using a lot of the more like intense products. So this is a fun one, that I can use like in that week leading up to it. I just got the Clear and Brilliant yesterday, so I will, I'll put the eye gels on, and I will put the serum on, but I'm not coming near my skin with an exfoliating product yet. I got the facial on a Friday, November 7th. So at earliest, maybe like Wednesday, what is that? The day after the Veterans holiday. So it'll be November 13th. Wednesday, November 13th. By then, if you get a Clear and Brilliant facial, your skin kind of in the aftermath, it doesn't break your skin. You can see it's not like a laser that destroys the top layer, but it hits your skin with the most hottest sensation. And your skin reacts with like kind of crusting up a little bit in the aftermath. And then that crustiness kind of, at a certain point, it's done crusty, and then you can exfoliate it. So by Wednesday, I will use the Microdermabrasion scrub. I love this scrub. It is super gentle. I also love to use this. I've had a series of chemical peels over the last couple months. And I talk about this in my facial video. I'm intentional about doing that because of the time of year, and knowing that I always do the Clear and Brilliance here in Las Vegas in November, December, and January because of that heat factor. And it's really uncomfortable to do those at any other months in Vegas. So I like to kind of be mindful, like what am I doing in advance of those treatments? So I had a VI peel in maybe like August or September. And then I also did a Spectra peel, which is a laser peel. And so when I get those peels, the VI peel, I will get flakiness, but it's super minimal. That's what I love about the VI peel. And so about again, maybe like 5 days after that, or once my skin is like done showing any like redness, but I still have like, usually I'll get like flakiness around my hairline, and I have like just like layers of skin that is coming off. That's when I will use the microdermabrasion scrub. I love it because it's just super, super gentle yet effective. It's a manual, it's a manual physical exfoliant, whereas this is the enzyme mask is more of like a gentler kind of chemical exfoliant. So those are some other ones that I've talked about. And then some of the new stuff that I don't think I talked about in my video when I was 45, so it was a year ago. But in addition to all the sunscreen, Dermatology has an SPF Radiance powder, and I love this because I can just add SPF later in the day if I'm at work, if I know I'm gonna walk to, say, Starbucks or something, and it's the summertime, I can add this. So I have one of these at work, and then I have one at home. And so I just like being able to reapply sunscreen later in the day. So I like these, but you know, that's just a nice to have. Additionally, I bought the Luminous Eye Correcting SPF 41. I like the fact this has one of those fun little doe feet. And so I will put it, I'm not gonna put it on right now because I don't need any makeup on, and but it is just an under eye corrector that is meant to go under your eye, and it, you know, just, it's very pale because I'm light and very pale, but it has SPF, and then it's like makeup with beneficial ingredients. So it has the UVA, UVB protection, but then it also has some like really good ingredients for under the eye. And it is a nice consistency. It's got a nice like texture, and it won't be tacky, and it'll dry down. So I will use that under my eyes, but it's not the only one I use. It kind of depends on the condition of my eye cream. And then some new stuff that I have tried. So I had a thyroidectomy surgery, I don't know, 15 years ago for thyroid cancer. And I have like the aftermath. So this area of my neck is more aged and challenged than the rest of my neck. So it like this portion looks to me like chicken skin, whereas everything else doesn't. And it's just the two changes in texture. So I have been kind of exploring the Dermatology products as far as like helping with the neck. I'm liking the Advanced Neck Cream. I just like putting something on my neck in addition to all the other products that I use. So I bought this once and I have restocked it. I also bought their neck contouring serum. I didn't like this because if you're familiar with, like, if you've ever used like the Hanacure, I have this is the Hanacure applicator. Basically, if you've ever put like egg whites on your face and let them dry, you know it kind of has like a manual tightening. That's basically what this does. I mean, it is a serum and it's got great ingredients, but it also does that manual tightening. And I think that's kind of the kicker of this. So this has like this weird applicator, and you just put it on, and then the key is you let it tighten up, and then you don't want to put anything on top of it. Let me get it. Oh, you know what? I didn't open it. I got it off. There we go. Turn it on. You let the ingredients tighten, and it kind of tightens your skin, and then it holds it tight. And so that's great, but I want to put more products on top of it. I want to like keep going. So I don't know if I will repurchase this. I think I just like lotions better. And this is just the form factor is what I like, the Advanced Neck Cream. So TBD on this one. And then some new ones that I've just been exploring just because I like it. They have an exfoliating body lotion. And I thought this would be a good complement to my Love, Love, Love that I can't stop. You know, if you watch my video, you know I love OneSkin. This is their Body OneSkin topical supplement lotion for the body, and I love this. But I thought it wouldn't be, oh, goodness gracious, apologies. I figured it wouldn't be bad to add in a little exfoliation for the rest of my body as a chemical exfoliation. And then if you watch my video where I tone my gray hair in the shower, I also do a physical exfoliation with sugar scrub and baby oil. So this was just like an ad. Whether or not I'll buy this again, it was kind of a whim. Then I really like Dermatology is doing these Tingle exfoliating pads. I think these are kind of new. And I do like applying like an exfoliating pad to complement the enzyme mask to get more exfoliation during my non-facial weeks. As I'm 46, I want to be more consistent with keeping that exfoliation process kind of going. So I will be trying this, but it's part of like a new package that I just got. So I haven't implemented it yet. Then here's another kind of in the same vein, their LA Refining Serum. This is both an alpha hydroxy and a polyhydroxy rich like lactic acid. And what I like about this is it's gentle acid. So if you've ever tried like a peel at home and it was really unpleasant, or it just had, your face got bright red, it was just probably, possibly your skin's sensitive, but also possibly it was just a more abrasive acid. The lactic acid I've known for a long time is a gentler acid. So it's something that I've used a lactic acid in the past where I could use it daily. So I'm interested in trying this, but this is something that I would be more focused on. I mean, I'm going to kind of get through all my products and then I'll probably start using this in the new year. And then Dermatology just came out with lip glosses and they were giving them away as freebies if you made a purchase. So I got these. They have an SPF 25 lip balm and a C-balm. I like the idea of having SPF. I buy the Neutrogena lip balm. It has an SPF 20. If you watch my videos, I've had melanoma. I am super preoccupied with protecting my skin from any further DNA damage and UV exposure because I'm already predisposed to develop into cancer. So I like the SPF version, and I wanted to have that at work because I am addicted to lip gloss. Not necessarily color, just I must have something on my lips or I kind of lose my mind. And so it was kind of a to-be, get them both. And so the C-balm is fine. I like the idea that it is visibly smoothing my lips, but that wasn't a priority. Although, if you can see, my lips they're pretty, wrinkly. But it's not something that I pay attention to or care about per se. So this was a benefit. This was the reason that I bought it. And so I made 2 orders in the month. And so I got 2 freebies. So I have this version at home, and then I have the version that I have at work. And at some point when I need lip gloss in my purse, I will probably add that in. And that is it. So that was a quick 17-minute quick. So anyway, if you are new to my channel, it's been a minute. I've been gone for a long, long time. I don't think I made a video since May. But this setup was a setup that I was exploring because I do have a handy camera, but then there is a whole predicament where I have to go in and I have to pull the footage off the SD card. I got to throw it into an editing thing. I got to do all this stuff. And so I just wanted to create a world where I could do more lives on the spur of the moment. And so this is that. If I said anything and you want to ask me further questions, definitely leave the comments below. If you found value in this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you enjoy this kind of content and would like to see more of it, let me know, because that will motivate me to get my butt in gear. But also, definitely consider subscribing. As I explained, I got tons of videos. I love this stuff. I'm very much motivated in this stuff. I know I should have a affiliate link. So if I find that I do have one, I will throw it in there. But to be honest, I don't even know if I have one because that is like a afterthought. I just buy all this stuff because I love it and because I find value in it. And the people who I interact with face to face and are in my daily interactions, and just people who know me know that this is an area that I've put a lot of energy and interest in and learning about the products that are out there and what's worth my dollars and that gives me value. So they ask what I recommend for them. And since there are so many of them out there, I figured maybe someone on YouTube might find this stuff valuable too. So thank you so much for being here. If you're still with me, I hope you have a great day. I hope to see you in my next video, whenever that will be. And until then, have a good one. Bye. Now, how do I turn it off? I don't even know. Forgive me. I don't know. All right, how do I stop recording? All right, I'm really very, very basic, y'all. I don't know how to stop recording. Bye. All right, there it is.